Is Aaron Rodgers back? Let's discuss. Thursday Night Football just wrapped up. We're going to react to it here on Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. Jets 24, Patriots 3, and to be quite honest, it wasn't that close. This game was never in doubt, and I feel pretty stupid because I threw a little money on Patriots +6. Nothing crazy, but they never had a chance in this one. The Jets found another gear tonight. Patriots fell back to earth, and you get the result that you get. Jets improved to 2-1. Patriots fall to 0-2 on the season. We're going to react to it all, including my thoughts on Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, and of course, the Patriots moving forward as well. If you want more instant reaction videos like this to big NFL and college football games, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you just want to stay in the loop with all things football, NFL, and college football, we're publishing free and daily videos. And if we get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of week 3, so by Tuesday, we're about 400 subs away. Spread the word. One lucky subscriber will get $30 in honor of 3,000 subs from me. So hit that sub button if you are interested. Okay, Jets 24, Patriots 3. And clearly the story of the night is this was vintage Aaron Rodgers. He was absolutely fantastic. And I think the most important thing for the Jets coming out of this one is he moved better tonight than he did the first couple of weeks. He looks like a guy who's, he's tested out the Achilles, the foot for a couple of weeks now. He's been hit a few times. Okay, I'm ready to go. Now, is it peak Aaron Rodgers mobility? Is it peak Aaron Rodgers in general? Probably not. But this is one of the better games he's played in a while. I mean, obviously he missed all of last year outside of 4 snaps. In 2022 with the Packers, he had 0 300-yard games. He easily could have thrown for 300 tonight if they needed him to. It's probably the best game he's played since 2021. That's a pretty promising sign if you're a New York Jets fan who hasn't seen their team go to the playoffs since 2010, the longest drought in the NFL. See the numbers, 27-35, 281, 2 touchdowns. Really, the only throw he missed was the last one to Garrett Wilson, which didn't matter. He was great. Had the full arsenal going, the throws, couple throws on the run, couple nice scrambles. He looked good. He looked good, and the Jets' offense looked good. The protection was good up front. Morgan Moses got rolled up on late in the game. Hopefully he's okay, but luckily they have Olu Fashanu, who was highly touted coming out of Penn State. He stepped in there, played a couple snaps. You got to be pretty encouraged. I mean, Rodgers looked close to peak Aaron Rodgers for at least one game. Now, we have not seen it for an extended stretch in a while. We do have to factor in that it is New England, who looked better than expected the first couple of weeks, to be fair. The defense looked pretty solid. It did not tonight. They had no answers for this Jets offense on the ground or through the air. New York also rushed for 133 yards. Both Braylon Allen and Breece Hall each rushed for over 50 yards. Hall found the end zone. The Jets were very balanced. They were very efficient. That's something Rodgers mentioned after the game, how efficient they were, which is true. And this is what Jets fans have been waiting for since they added Rodgers last year. Obviously, they had to wait an extra year and 2 games, really, to see it, because the first 2 weeks, let's face it, Rodgers looked slow. The Jets didn't look like they had many game changers offensively, which still think there's limited arsenal there. Garrett Wilson's a good player, but him and Rodgers have yet to click at the highest level. But Allen Lazard's made some plays. He had a big game in week 1, had 3 more catches tonight. If they could get Mike Williams going, if Rodgers, who said it'll be special once him and Garrett Wilson click, if that happens, okay, a couple of nice running backs. Braylon Allen's done some nice things early on this year, the rookie out of Wisconsin. You could see this working. And I think also for the Jets, this is really where you have to add the caveat of factor in the opponent. Patriots' offensive line's a disgrace. Jacoby Brissett, he is what he is. But the defense played better tonight as well. Will McDonald is someone that's stepping up, the young pass rusher. He has 4.5 sacks now through 3 games. He's been excellent out of Iowa State, and they've needed him to be, because obviously Hassan Reddick continues to hold out. Jermaine Johnson tore his Achilles, so they needed guys to step up on that defensive line, and he's been someone who's done it. Now they're still thin there. They could really use Reddick to come back, and if they got him back, that'd be a pretty formidable group. Obviously, the back seven is pretty good. Complete performance for the Jets tonight. And look, moving forward, you look at their upcoming schedule. Broncos next week, that should be a win at home. That would be 3-1. Vikings and Bills at home, and then at Pittsburgh the next three. That's a tough 3-game stretch. So need to win next week to get to 3-1 to get a little bit of breathing room before the schedule kicks into gear a bit. But I think most Jets would have signed up for 2-1 to start the season. At San Francisco, a game that's tough to open the season. Then Patriots at home here, and obviously at Tennessee last week. To win the last two, that's what you probably wanted. And more importantly, Aaron Rodgers looked like Aaron Rodgers. Can this continue? If it does, the Jets are going to have a chance at a lot of football games moving forward. So very good night for New York. You got to be happy if you're a Jets fan. They were chanting Aaron Rodgers in the stadium. They waited a year for this, and they got it at least for one night. Now they get the mini bye week to prepare for Denver. You know Rodgers is going to want to ball out to support his guy Nathaniel Hackett, who I'm still not sure is any good, but tonight the offense looked good. Helps when Aaron Rodgers has his thing going. All right, let's shift to New England now. Is it Drake Maye time? Drake Maye played the final drive for New England once the game was out of reach. Limited snaps, 4 of 8, 22 yards. Had a nice throw over the middle for about, I want to say 15 yards or so late in the game. Trying to find exactly how long that pass was. Can't find it. It was a little crosser for about 12 to 15 yards. A nice throw. But on one drive, he got sacked twice. Jacoby Brissett got sacked 5 times. This is a little tough for Jerod Mayo. This was kind of a back to reality night for New England because the first 2 weeks, you beat the Bengals out of the chute. You almost beat Seattle last week, lose that game in overtime. You're like, okay, we're better than expected. And I still think that's the case. A lot of people thought they'd be the worst team in football. They're clearly better than Carolina and a couple other teams. But this is a tough spot for the Pats because Jacoby Brissett got absolutely drilled tonight. Do you want to subject Drake Maye to this offensive line? Because let's be real. The Jets' defensive line, in theory, is supposed to be good, but they're down a lot of guys. Johnson's out for the year. We mentioned Reddick is still holding out. They still have some talent there, but he was under siege all night. Didn't have much of a chance at all. 12 of 98, or 18 for 98 yards. Got sacked 5 times. Drake Maye sacked on one drive. I think they'll go to May probably relatively soon. I don't think it'll be next week. I don't think they will put Drake Maye out there to start week 4 at the 49ers. That seems like a bad idea. Now, in theory, you've got the mini bye week here, so maybe you get him some more reps with this extra time, but I don't know, man. You watch that offensive line, they've got some guys banged up who aren't already that good, and the backups are even worse. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, who I don't think is that good, but what was he really supposed to do tonight? He did miss a couple throws early, but they don't have great playmakers right now. They're young and inexperienced on offense, and they lack talent in key areas. Offensive line, receiver, a couple young pieces that are promising. Demario Douglas had a nice night tonight. I like Jalen Polk in his future, but he hasn't done much yet. I feel like the Dolphins the week after could be a possibility, but then you play Houston, maybe the Jags on October 20th. They're going to go to Drake Maye at some point because I expect New England to lose some games here. I just don't think next week is the right time, but maybe Jerod Mayo pulls the trigger with the mini bye week coming up. But again, tonight, the night is all about Aaron Rodgers. We'll see where it goes from here. This is what the Jets were hoping for when they brought him in here. They've been starving for quarterback play. Zach Wilson was a disaster, did not work out, and now you've got Aaron Rodgers, and you don't know how long you're going to have him. So if you're a Jets fan, savor the night, savor this season. Hopefully it goes in their favor, and they're able to make a playoff push. Look, I think you look at the AFC right now, there's no reason why they aren't at least in the wild card mix, right? In their division, they're clearly better than the Patriots, right? With Tua set to miss an extended time for the Dolphins, I think they're the second best team right now, behind the Bills. And if you're the second best team in your division, you're going to have a decent chance of being a wild card team. And I think that's where the Jets kind of sit right now, trying to battle for seed 5, 6, or 7. But obviously a long way to go. We'll see how this season plays out 1 week at a time for both of these teams and every team at this point in the season. All right, there you have it. Jets win 24-3 on Thursday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers can still spin that rock, baby. We'll see if he can do it week in and week out. My name is Harrison Graham. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more NFL and college football content. A lot of big games coming up on Saturday and Sunday across both sports, and we'll be covering it all. So see you then here on 4 Verts.